Hello and welcome to Saturday's Football Review, here to only talk about football and nothing but football. And this Saturday, we have more than two FA Cup fixtures, a La Liga fixture between Bilbao and Barcelona, and in Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund facing Köln away. Let's analyze all these games together. Let's begin. Full-time score between Mansfield Town and Arsenal in the FA Cup. Mansfield Town 1, Arsenal 2, in which Eze spares Arteta's blushes to avoid FA Cup upset. Arsenal booked their spot in the last 8 of the FA Cup, but were far from their best against Mansfield Town at One Stadium. After Will Evans cancelled out Noni Madueke's opener at One Stadium, Eberici Eze lashed in the winner after 66 minutes to keep the Gunners' hopes of winning the quadruple in the 2025-26 season. Arsenal should have taken the lead in the 4th minute when Liam Roberts played the ball straight to Max Dahman, but the teenager saw his shot kept by the goalkeeper's leg, which seemed to wake Mansfield up. Rice Owight's attempt from the edge of the box went straight at Kepa Arrizabalaga before Tyler Roberts shot wide for the hosts, and they were made to rue those missed chances as Madueke curled into a top right corner in the 41st minute. However, Mansfield leveled just 5 minutes into the second half. Marley Salmon's misplaced pass was pounded upon by Evans, who raced past Christian Mosquera before slotting his shot underneath Kepa. Nevertheless, the Gunners' depth proved to be the difference. A second-half substitute, Eze, received the ball on the edge of the box and thundered his strike beyond the reach of Liam Roberts. Mikel Arteta's side squandered opportunities to add to the lead as Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Jesus were denied, but the Premier League side managed to see the win through. Arsenal are the first Premier League team to reach 100 goals in all competitions this season and just the third top 5 European League side to reach that milestone, this term after Bayern Munich and Barcelona. It was perhaps more end-to-end than Arteta would have liked, with Mansfield producing 1.99 expected goals from 18 shots to Arsenal's 2.73 from 19 attempts. But his side got the job done nonetheless. Through Dolman and Salmon, Arsenal are the first ever Premier League side to start a game with 2 players aged 16 or under in any competition. And the former certainly made his mark within the win. Dahman registered the joint most shots for Arsenal, the most touches in opposition box, the most duels, completed the most dribbles, while also creating 2 chances. In the full-time score between Mansfield and Arsenal, Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2. Full-time score in St. James's Park between Newcastle United and Man City, Newcastle United 1 and Manchester City 3, as Marmoush doubles seals FA Cup quarter-final spot. Man City piled yet more misery on Newcastle United as they came out on top once again to reach the next round of the FA Cup. Omar Marmoush scored twice as Man City booked their place, having already eliminated Newcastle in the semi-finals of the FL Cup last month. They piled on misery on Eddie Howe's side after coming from goal behind on Saturday. Newcastle made a lively start to the match with a last-ditch block from Kushanov denying Harvey Barnes a shot at goal before Nick Waltamada saw his header cleared off the line by Nico Gonzalez soon after. But the hosts eventually took the lead in the 18th minute through Barnes, who picked up the top right corner after collecting Sandro Tonali's defense-splitting pass down the left. However, City restored parity in 6 minutes before the break when Jeremy Doku's cross found its way into the back post for Savinho to tap home. despite Aaron Ramsdale's best efforts. And they completed the turnaround 2 minutes after the restart when Marmoush rifled into the back of the net, with the ball breaking kindly for the Egyptian inside the box after Ramsdale got a touch on Matheus Nunes' cutback. The same pairing combined again to put the result back to beyond doubt for City, with Marmoush crashing a fierce right-footed shot past Ramsdale from just outside the penalty area as the 7-time winners comfortably held on to advance to the next round. Marmoush had to bide his time for opportunities this season given the imperious form of Erling Haaland, but the City number 7 produced a fine display that would give Guardiola a lot to think about for the business at the end of the campaign. And Marmoush did so against a team he has loved facing since move to England. Indeed, he has now scored 7 goals in 5 appearances against Newcastle in all competitions, with 50 of his goals for Citizens coming against the Magpies. Eddie Howe would also be happy to see the back of City for now at least. Guardiola's side have won 4 games against the opponents in all competitions in the same season for the first time, after 1998-89 versus Plymouth Argyle and 2013-14 versus West Ham, and also 2022-23 season versus Chelsea. City were deserving of their win too. They registered an expected goals total of 3.43 from their 21 shots, 8 of which were on target, compared to Newcastle's 1.14 from their 11 attempts at James Trafford's net. Which signals the full-time whistle once again. Newcastle 1, Man City 2, Man City 3, and City are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Full-time score in the FA Cup between Wrexham AFC and Chelsea. Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4 after extra time, in which Garnacho and Joao Pedro's extra time strikes help avoid FA Cup upset. Chelsea booked their place in the FA Cup quarter-finals, but they needed extra time to get past Wrexham on Saturday. Wrexham had pushed Chelsea all the way and twice led, but George Dobson's 93rd minute red card proved costly, as the Blues eventually got themselves over the line. The Championship side stunned Chelsea in the 70th minute when Callum Doyle's long punt over the top was collected by Sam Smith, who took a touch before finishing beyond Robert Sanchez, with the Chelsea goalkeeper punished for his moment of hesitation. However, for all their dominance, the home side were pegged back 5 minutes before the break in unfortunate circumstances, as Garnacho's effort was cleared off the line by George Thomason, only for the rebound to cannon back of Arthur Okonkwo and in. Chelsea turned the screw after the break, but found themselves behind once again in the 78th minute when Doyle instinctively flicked Josh Windass's strike a goal past Sanchez. Josh Achimpong provided an almost instant response for Liam Rossinier's side though, as he rifled the ball into the roof of the net just 4 minutes after the Blues went behind. And after Pedro Neto had rattled the crossbar, Wrexham's task was made even tougher when Dobson was sent off in second half stoppage time following a late and high challenge on Garnacho, his initial yellow card being upgraded after VAR review. Chelsea made their man advantage count 6 minutes into extra time when Dario Esugo's pinpoint cross was volleyed home by Garnacho, though Wrexham gave the 8 times winners a scare in the 140th minute. Lewis Burns headed in the back post after Kiefer Moore's flick from the corner, but Wrexham's joy was short-lived, with the goal ruled out for offside, with Chelsea making the most of their reprieve when Joao Pedro finished past Okonkwo in the 125th minute. Full-time score once again in Wrexham AFC and Chelsea, Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4 after extra time. Full-time score between Athletic Club and Barcelona in the La Liga fixture. Athletic Club 0, Barcelona 1, as Lamine Yamal helped leaders restore their 4-point lead in the La Liga table. Lamine Yamal's goal was enough to hand Barcelona a 1-0 win at Athletic Club, increasing their lead 4 points at the top of La Liga. Having seen Real Madrid close the gap following the dramatic win over Celta Vigo a day earlier, Hansi Flick's side responded to stay clear of their Clásico rivals. Barcelona, however, close to falling behind inside the first minute of Estadio de San Mamés when Joao Cancelo diverted Alex Berenguer's cross into the bar. Flick's side were restricted to few chances in the first half, though Ferran Torres struck the base of that post before Marcus Rashford's low effort was kept out by Unai Simon. Despite coming under pressure, Barcelona opened the scoring in the 68th minute through Lamine Yamal, who bent a stunning curling strike in off the left post from the inside the box. Ernesto Valverde's side continued to pen Barcelona back in search for an equalizer, but Oihan Sanchez fired their best opportunity wide as the visitors held on for 3 points. Full-time score in Estadio San Mamés between Bilbao and Barcelona. Athletic Club nil, Barcelona 1. Full-time score in the Bundesliga fixture between Köln and Borussia Dortmund. FC Köln 1, Borussia Dortmund 2 as Bayer stars in routine Bundesliga win. Borussia Dortmund returned to winning ways in the Bundesliga, securing a 2-1 win over Köln in Rhein-Energy Stadium. Maximilian Bayer starred for Borussia Dortmund, and he assisted Guirasshy's opener before scoring Dortmund's second on the hour mark, though Jakub Kaminski caused a nervy finish after having deficit late on. It was Köln who started on the front foot with Isaac Bergman Johansson seeing 2 efforts blocked in a quick succession inside the first minute before Yosupa Niang forced a full stretch save from Gregor Kobel. But Dortmund took the lead in the 16th minute when Bayer headed a half-cleared corner back into the box, and Guirassy managed to keep himself onside before prodding the ball past Marvin Schwab. Things were then made harder for the home side when Manchester City loanee Jahmiz Simpson Busey was shown a straight red card for the poor challenge on Bayer in the first half stoppage time. Niko Kovac's side made sure to capitalize on the numerical advantage in the second half, with Bayer playing a gift to go with Julian Brandt before curling in the bottom right corner. Köln never let up, highlighted by Kaminski's powerful strike to beat Kobe in the 88th minute, though they could not snatch a point from the hopeful Bundesliga title challengers. Full-time score once again in the Bundesliga fixture between FC Köln and Borussia Dortmund in Rhein-Energy Stadium. Köln 1, Dortmund 2. Which concludes Saturday's selected fixtures that includes epic clashes and epic results, which some of them have relief over them. In the match between Mansfield and Arsenal and Wrexham AFC and Chelsea, in which the underdogs almost came up on top. While in La Liga, Barcelona kept their title hopes alive, getting above Real Madrid, while Borussia Dortmund kept their second spot in the Bundesliga table below Bayern Munich. This marks the Saturday's football recap. Till tomorrow, see you and take care.